Flooding remains a major event across northern parts of Queensland, with heavy rainfall now starting to increase across parts of the Gulf of Carpentaria as well. Let's start by taking a look at our severe weather warning for heavy rainfall. Since yesterday, we've seen an area added to our severe weather warning. As well as the northeast tropical coast, we now see our warning areas covering parts of the Gulf country and northern goldfields and upper Flinders. That's to reflect the shifting nature of the monsoon trough and the differing areas where it's likely to bring heavy falls over the next few days. For the northeast tropical coast, the warning is still in place for areas between Tully and Eyre. We are, however, likely to see a temporary easing in the heavy rainfall across those parts over the next couple of days. Isolated heavy falls are still possible with thunderstorms, but the more widespread heavy rain is likely to ease back just a fraction. However, another burst of very wet weather is on the way from early Tuesday morning, and that's when we're likely to see the 6-hourly rainfall rates along the east coast ramping up above 120 millimetres once again, with 24-hour rainfall totals pushing towards 200 millimetres. It's a bit of a different story across our inland severe weather warning areas, however. For those inland parts, including the Gulf country, we are looking at that heavy rainfall risk increasing from later Sunday night. We're going to see the heavy rain building about the coast through the later part of today. By tomorrow morning, rainfall is expected to push throughout that warning area. That means we're likely to see 6-hourly rainfall rates increasing to 120 to 150 millimetres across those inland warning areas, with 24-hour rainfall totals pushing towards 250 millimetres. So the risk for the next couple of days will be across the Gulf country and northern inland Queensland, with that heavy falls risk returning to the northeast tropical coast from Tuesday morning. Now that same story is reflected in our rainfall totals. From now out until Monday afternoon, we can see that the heaviest falls are expected about the Gulf country, well in excess of 150 millimetres likely. But if we look at the next 24-hour period through Monday night into Tuesday morning, we can see that the heavy falls push once again towards the north tropical coast. Our flood watch areas are reflecting that emerging risk as well. We've still got the flood watch in place for parts of the Gulf country, but we now also have that covering parts of the Cape York Peninsula as well. The flood watch areas tell us that flooding is possible across the next few days as rain starts to move through these catchments. We may see roads become muddy or impassable or restricted to four-wheel drive access. These flood watches fit in around our pre-existing flood warning areas. We still have minor to major flooding ongoing across multiple catchments a little bit further south, including many of those catchments about the northeast tropical coast. Our current major flood warnings as of midday on Sunday include major flood warnings for the Herbert and Horton River catchments, the Upper Burdekin, the Cape and Flinders Rivers, and the Western River catchment. Now, flood gauges across some of these areas are starting to fall, and with those lower rainfall totals expected over the next day or so, we may see further falls in our flood levels through these parts. However, the risk isn't over yet, especially with that next burst of very wet weather expected from early Tuesday. It's also worth remembering that right across these areas, severe thunderstorms may bring locally heavy falls and flash flooding at any time. Now, our severe thunderstorm areas are the areas in yellow and red, the red being the most likely area to see the severe storms, and as we can see, it covers much of northern Queensland. Many of those areas that have already seen heavy falls over the recent couple of weeks are likely to see that thunderstorm risk continuing through today. As our risk of heavy falls changes over the next couple of days, it is essential to stay on top of the latest forecasts and warnings via the Bureau's website and via the Bomb Weather app. You can also follow us on social media. Stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.